The Addiesdive MY-H6 costs just $70. Even if this wasn't a super diver, it would still bring tons of value. But it is, and all the better. Firstly, it's powered by a Japanese self-winding automatic movement, the NH35, offering 24 joules, 21,600 beats per hour, and 42 hours of power reserve. It features a perfectly circular design. The lugs are positioned under the case, and the substantial 22mm stainless steel bracelet pivots straight down, meaning that even the slender wrists are catered for, just like my 6.5-inch wrist. The sapphire crystal on here is 3.6mm thick. The 120 click unidirectional bezel is lumed, and of course the crown and case back are the screwed down type. Notice the helium escape valve at the left of the watch as well. So for $70 we've got a super diver watch with us, and that is very cool. But even if it wasn't a super diver, even if it wasn't 1000 meters water resistant, it would still be worth it because it's got a lot of premiumity. The sapphire crystal is 3.6mm thick. That's pretty awesome because we need to make sure that it's not going to pop off when it goes down to all those depths, and there's going to be lots and lots of pressure on the watch. Stainless steel construction, 215 grams of it. This is insane, and considering the heft and the size of this watch, it's so well managed and contained. This is awesome. I really do have a lot to say about this watch, and most of it is positive. Most of it. There are a couple of bits which I think could have been done better, but we'll talk about as we get on through the review. The link to the listing of this watch is in the description below the video, so do check it out if you're after a sharp price. And now, let's get into this comprehensive review. With regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 46mm, which is actually equivalent to the lug-to-lug length as well. A height of 13.8mm, a lug width of 22mm, and a weight of 215 grams. Holding the watch in your hand, it looks, feels and weighs hefty and large, but thanks to the minimal lug-to-lug length, there are no overhangs on my relatively slender 6.5-inch wrist. Let's take a look at the profile. The visual walk around points to a tall flank circling the case, fine lateral brush sides, broken by a thin line separating the bezel from the case. Utterly beautiful and ultimately a minimalistic approach to an imposing beast of a timepiece. The edge of the 120 click bezel is notchy with angled fillets that are also brushed, allowing for convenient rotation. It's a heavy resistance on here, consistent and meticulously engineered. The clicks are distinct and precise, yet the sound is muted. This is not a show horse watch, it's a tool for professional divers. There is some minor backplay, yet it's insignificant in the grand scheme of things and how well this bezel operates. The black ceramic insert is polished to a high gloss with the Y0 to 60 minute markings. These are actually lumed. On the right, at 4 o'clock, we have a large 6.8mm in diameter screw and crown, signed, of course, and note the white thread, also brushed to complement the flank finish. Flip the watch to find a screw-down case back. It really does resemble a hatchway on a battleship. Specs on the perimeter, brushed all around. The watch does mean business. Now I want to touch on the bracelet, on this massive 22mm wide bracelet. I mostly love it, I do. But there are a couple of things which I just, I think they could have been done better. Let's talk about it. There are no lugs as such on this watch. The spring bars holding the bracelet are essentially under the case, hence pivoting down off the 22mm bracelet. This one does not taper 22mm all the way to the clasp. The link design is brutal. It's finely brushed, the perfect disguise for wear and tear marks. Wide central links and narrow outer links. Yet if we are used to the rounded outer faces, not here. All links are angled to 5 angled faces, and still there are no sharp edges. A well-refined, rugged, ready for anything looking bracelet that actually feels very nice to the touch. And another thing, it is held together by push pins, not screw pins. Although for $70, it's not unexpected. What was a slight disappointment to me is the lackluster clasp. Firstly, unsigned. Secondly, the folding wing is pressed. Still thick and meaty, yet milled is the way to go. But again, considering we're getting so much for so little price. Is this a biggie? It's not a biggie. I'm just saying it would have been nice. It is quite a utilitarian look though, functional no doubt, with 3 micro adjustments capability. And now let's jump to the crystal and the dial. We've got a 3.6mm thick slab of sapphire crystal setup here. This watch has to withstand a whole lot of pressure at insane depths and make sure the crystal nor the hatch at the back pop. The clarity and legibility are due to the exceptional contrast of ivory white indices and hands edged in chrome against the piano black dial. The minute track and other text are all in sterile white, compounding the functional clarity of the piece. Notice the date window at 6 o'clock. The date wheel is actually color-coded to match the black of the dial. Perfect balance and symmetry, nothing out of sync. Let's actually perform a lume test and show off the glory of the bright and long-lasting lume on the dial and the bezel markings. Exceptional in every regard. The level of luminosity is not really expected in the sub $100 range, but we get this level of lume at the $70 price point. This is outstanding quality. So this is our super diver. This is the first super diver on this channel, and I will say it's a looker and it doesn't hurt to the channel's main goal, finding value, because for 70 bucks we are getting a whole lot of it. The link to the listing is in the description. Now it is an affiliate link, meaning that I will be getting some kickback from AliExpress if you make a qualified purchase. This doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me get some commission in so I can buy more watches to review for you guys, my viewers. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hopefully you found this interesting, enticing, and yeah, if you liked it, drop me a like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.